when I had spoken with you before joining Next League, and you had a very clear picture of what is required in an EB1A profile, how much work has to be done. You were very transparent on how many hours of work has to be done, what all efforts has to be done. Worth it with the guidance, in general, the ecosystem of all the other students. You learn so much, you work with them, you grow with them.
So, Shriya, congratulations on your EB1.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shriya, for the benefit of everybody, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Shriya Das, and I work for a pharmaceutical company based in UK. My expertise is clinical trial optimization. What I do basically is manage clinical trials. Currently, I work in mental health domain.
Wonderful. When did you join the Next League program, Shriya?
I joined the Next League program on 5th of August 2023, about 1 year.
1 year in the program,
Yes.
becoming EB1A achiever just over a few days.
Just over yes, just a week.
How do you feel about it?
Happy, accomplished, multitude of feelings altogether.
Wonderful. What made this Next League stand out as compared to other options that you might be considering at that particular moment a year ago?
I had explored other options as well, but when I had spoken with you before joining Next League, and you had a very clear picture of what is required in an EB1A profile, how much work has to be done. You were very transparent on how many hours of work has to be done, what all efforts has to be done. It was a very clear idea for me that it's not something I can achieve in 1 month. It's not that 2 criteria or 3 criteria I have to work on. It's something that you're building your profile, not just for EB1A, but for your entire career and professional growth. With that mindset and with that thought process, it made an easy choice to choose Next League for this journey.
Let me ask you another question, that on the scale of 1 to 10, how confident were you before joining the program and after joining the program? And at what stage you felt that it was just a matter of time for you?
When I made the decision of joining the program, it was me trying my best to explore this option. I had not thought that I would actually make it. Somewhere down the lane, I think that confidence started coming in that there is a chance maybe I can make it. But honestly, till that approval did not come through, I always had that doubt. So.
Wonderful. I will ask you one question and I will take Shriya's perspective on that. Shriya, your case is very unique and first time that someone has tried that, wherein you approached us and saying that you would like Next League to be sponsored as a petitioner for you. What made you approach the Next League? Tell me from your perspective.
When we were discussing this option, that there are 3 options in the form, this self versus employer versus other. I know I didn't have that employer option because my company was not willing to file on my behalf. Self was always there through a lawyer. I liked the option, and the reason why I wanted to choose other and I approached you for that was when I could use that option, the petition would be completely in mine and under your wing, and it would be helpful to portray whatever aspect of my profile I want to showcase versus not going for a certain level of criteria like some lawyers or maybe a company lawyer might have. And for that reason, I wanted to explore self-petition, but with Next League as the other option. And you were kind enough to help with that. Yeah, thank you for that.
Oh, of course, the whole idea is that we, as a Next League, while the genesis of this whole enterprise or institution is not really to coach people only for EB1A, the transformation aspect is the major aspect, but to help United States per se that this is the talent that they are getting, groom the talent, and then tell USCIS, which is a nodal agency for the US government, to present that talent. You are expert in clinical trial optimization. That has been the whole perspective, and that has helped us to rebrand ourselves and to positioning it. But of course, to translate that into a legal jurisprudence, into a legal way, is another ballgame altogether. From a Next League program to your expertise to putting that into a legal jurisprudence. Mr. Shah, I want to ask you this question that this has never been done before. How do you think that USCIS has perceived this in your perspective? And what was your inspiration to accept this case as a very unique proposition?
I will first congratulate Shriya again for this is something really to be proud about, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I really commend you for being one of the people who also started off doing this as a self-petition. Mr. Ranjit approached me in regards to this unique idea, Next League being the petitioner on your case. And that's where I came in. I want to make sure credit is given where it's deserved. I'm sure I helped a bit, but you and have put hours of time into your case. Congratulations again.
Thank you, but couldn't have done without you, Mr. Shah. You do helped a lot.
This unique situation that arose where Next League can be the petitioners, where as an interested party, and specifically as the coach that helped you develop over this entire year, they have an interest in being a petitioner, asking the United States to allow someone of your talents to be an immigrant to the United States. And that's what we were telling them when we submitted your application. It was the first time, and it is a unique situation, like Mr. Ranjit said, but it's very simple when it's stated as is, where Next League, as an interested party, as a corporation in the United States, would like for someone like you to be in the United States, and took the initiative to be your petitioner. And now, as a result, we have talent in the United States, talent that's going to remain in the United States. And that's a great addition to this country. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Shriya, let us understand one more thing. You were already an expert. When it comes to the Next League program, we try to make you shine with that expertise. That's the whole goal. So amongst all the things that were presented to USCIS, what percentage of things were done before the program, apart from your critical role, in terms of all other initiatives, in terms of percentage, if you have to put it, how would that be?
A major chunk of the original contribution was the research work and patent around it that I worked on with one or two people whom I met here at Next League. That entire criteria was built after I actually joined Next League. When I met you for the first time, at that time, I was not aiming for original contribution. It was critical role and salary. I did not know how to use salary, but that was something I wanted to target. I just had to put it on paper. You helped me with that. The entire original contribution criteria was built on after I joined the program with everybody else in the program, and I sort of got an idea how to work on it and make it as strong as I can. Membership also, I had no idea on which ones to target, so I got all that idea and how to go about it after being in the program. Awards and scholarly articles. I did have few scholarly articles from before, and I just continued working towards it. But I would say media, I started working sort of after coming into the program. Membership, and the strongest criteria that in my profile is the original contribution. So I'm trying to remember, I'm missing one criteria.
Anyway, there was another interesting thing where Mr. Shire, as an expert, had done a session wherein we did the showcase criteria.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I ended up using that as part of the original contribution instead.
But the argument for your boss was given by Mr. Shire in the program.
Yes. And I used it in the petition as well.
You had 3 original contributions.
Yes, I went with 3, of which 1 I had from before, 2 was after I joined the program.
That was fantastic. On the percentage wise, if I have to just place that on record, how much would that be like?
Whole petition, I would say 70% was after I joined the program.
After 70% in 1 year, that too.
Yes.
Mr. Shire was also good enough in your petition. Many people do have a concern that if they join the program and they do something, will USCIS bring in a spotlight on them that, well, you have achieved something in a short period of time? I think Mr. Shire helped to create the petition, which said that no, it is not about the time that matters, it's about the intensity. Mr. Shire, many people have a belief that if they achieve something in a short duration of time, USCIS may hold it against them, but we have seen folks who have done it. People do have this perspective or a perception, but I personally feel that it is a matter of intensity of the work that matter. Because, for example, if somebody gets an award, definitely somebody has done some work in the past. That's why they're getting the award today.
Exactly. One of the things is that a lot of people have potential, but for it to be expressed and show the fruition of it might take that 1 year of hard work to put it in very specific items that USCIS is looking for. You have the background, but they want it to be presented in a specific way. And so you have to do certain things to have it presented. And I think what you were touching on a little bit was the sustained acclaim part, where how do you have this sustained acclaim if I only did judging in the past year? Well, one of the things that needs to be considered when USCIS is looking at sustained acclaim, they're not just looking at when you got these awards, it's looking at your entire career. You got to show that throughout your career, the projects that you've worked on, the corporations that you've worked in, that they all have acclaim and you've sustained it throughout. And although there's some work at the end where like you did specific judging projects or got certain awards, that's perfectly fine.
That's very wonderful. Shriya, many people believe that they start off with the program and think that they cannot achieve EB1A. And yesterday we met Suman also, he got his EB1A with Mr. Shire yesterday.
I realized when I saw the program and the structure of the program. And when I compared it with other programs, I felt this was miles apart from the other programs out there.
Now people believe that it's impossible amount of effort which is required. Yes, it is a very intensive and the program demands a lot of work that you have to do because we are following a completely ethical basis of doing things, not concoctions. We even had multiple sessions with different attorneys which said that the importance of being ethical in your EB1A journey. But having said this, on a very real-time basis, and there is no exaggeration and there is no understatement here, how much effort one needs to put up to become EB1A in last 1 year? Let's talk in terms of number of hours per day or per week, and then multiply that by 52 or 365. Let's talk about that.
I don't know what number of hours. I cannot put that as such, but from the day I decided that I want to start or be part of the EB1A journey, I initially used to put in about 5 hours a day in the profile building. I joined the program in August. So around till December, January, I was doing about 5 to 6 hours a day, finish off full-time work, finish off everything at home. And then at night, I would still till about 1 o'clock at night or something. Then once I was at that stage where I felt that it's time to start working on the petition aspect of it, that's where I had to put more hours because I was continuing to build the profile as well as working on the petition. At that point, I would say around February, March onwards, I had to put in more hours to the point that by, I think in the last 3 months, I would be working on EB1A from daybreak to day end. Like both work laptop, personal laptop, always open. Every second that I could spare, it was EB1A. So I don't know how to put an number of hours on that, but it took my full waking hours of the last few months. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And what has been your experience working with me, Shreya?
With you, it has been wonderful. I mean, next week was my petitioner. So I chose that option. That should say something. But you helped me, you and the next week group entirely, Seema, everybody helped throughout. Any questions, any concerns, you were always there to answer, just a phone call away.
Did anything in the program surprise you? You got something that you didn't expect?
Not really, because the phone conversation I had with you, one of the things you said that you have to put in about 20 to 30 hours. Are you ready for that? You made sure I understood that aspect very clearly. So I knew I had to put in hours. And that is what gave me the confidence that if I work hard enough, this journey should be simple for me to go through. Just follow what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think I should be able to reach that end goal.
Wonderful. Shreya, and you are free to answer it as honest as possible because this is important for people who might be considering the next league program or embarking on EB1A journey. Do you think you would have got EB1A if you had not joined the next league program? If yes,
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say that how much time frame you would have taken otherwise. That was my next question.
No, because I took advices from many people before coming to the next league. And I got advices that EB1A is not for me. I should go to my parent company, which is based in UK under EB1C, stay there for 1 year and come back. And it's, in all honesty, for me, it was impossible for me. I do have a family, I have a kid. It's not possible. And the fact that people giving me that advice was sort of putting me off. But yeah, that was the reason why I joined Next League. Nobody gave me these options. They gave me very clear expectations that these many hours you have to work. You have the profile, but it's not there to file yet, but you do have to work towards it.
That's wonderful. Mr. Shah, let's talk about her case. What inspired you to accept this case? And you were very confident from day one that she would make it. And let's talk about the probability of the evidences and how do they help USCIS for that matter, and how do you think it has worked in Shreya's case also?
The unique nature of the case, as Next League being the petitioners, something that really intrigued me as an experiment originally, and the experiment went well, and I'm happy it did. But also, you as an individual, a person of extraordinary ability. No, I was very impressed by your profile, and
thank you.
One of the things that I like to do whenever I'm working with someone is like to go in detail in their criterias, but also get to know their background and what type of work that they do. And Shriya, the work that she does really helps people and is really having a wide-ranging impact. People with real debilitating mental illness can be helped using the trials that she's worked on. And in regards to the probability aspect, each criteria is analyzed or weighed has a standard of evaluation, preponderance of evidence standard. And one of the things that Mr. Ranjit has introduced is using Bayesian probability to evaluate evidence and give a percentage or a probability of success or probability for each piece of evidence. If a preponderance of evidence is a civil law standard for more likely than not. And so when this analysis is being done, the reviews of each piece of evidence and the likelihood of it fulfilling the requirements that are in the policy manual and Kazarian and other binding case law. It's a very useful process. It's a great argument to be made. It's unique for the United States. It's one of the few Western countries that doesn't really have like a point system when it comes to immigration to the United States, unlike Australia or Canada, where they make even employment-based or merit-based immigration a lot harder, where we have to try to fulfill these 10 criteria and then making sure that we have that sustained a claim, that substantial benefit to the United States. And so Bayesian analysis helps make it more concrete and more quantitative than qualitative.
Yeah, wonderful. I think it's for the first time wherein the Bayesian analysis has been used for an EB1A case, I guess.
Yeah, it's for it to be applied in this field is unique, yes.
Yeah, we have seen, you had pointed out that there were certain cases at the Supreme Court level where this was studied, but not really for the civil cases, and that too before USCIS. I'm sure USCIS has been kind to consider this in several other cases also. This has been a wonderful, thank you very much, Mrs. Shah, for that. Now for Shriya, for you, people think twice always whether they can do EB1A, whether they should join next league program is when they want to pay money, whether this is really worth it. What is your message to them? People who are not in the program I'm talking about.
It's worth it with the guidance, in general, the ecosystem of all the other students. You learn so much, you work with them, you grow with them, you share your sorrows, you share your pain, you share your happiness, your achievements. It's great on that front. The guidance from you cannot put money on that. And on the lines of can a person does it? Each person has to work hard towards EB1A. It's not that a person doesn't have a profile for it or not, but you have to still put in a good number of hours and efforts towards it. And nobody can help you with the work which you have to do. That's a fact.
That's really wonderful. And Shriya, what has been your experience working with Mr. Mohammad Shah?
Mr. Shah has been flexible and has been kind enough to accept my application at the last minute. I came like out of nowhere in front of him. He saw my profile. It was short duration, but he helped out, gave me feedback on things that I was missing. I really like the roles and responsibility documents that Mr. Shire gave the suggestion on. I feel that sort of made my critical role more towards a sustained angle. And I really like that feedback. I will say that. And the fact that I can never, ever be thankful enough that the fact that he was available on a Saturday to help me just because my flight was delayed as a human being, that was just, I cannot thank you enough for that, Mr. Shah. I really appreciate your timely communications, you being there for me and for my petition. Appreciate that.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So, Mr. Shah, thank you very much for helping all our students, all the past, present, Shriya and Suman, and for all the future also. And Shriya, any message to the people who are in the program?
Continue working hard and soon it would be them giving this call.
Okay, let me be more specific here. When people join the program, we know that I make them go through a very rigorous exercises, the Mind Valley exercise. Then people think, how is that related to EB1A? It has nothing to do with EB1A. The people want to jump into criteria. People want to join from day one, want LORs, want their expertise on the second day, third day petition, fourth day filing. They're sitting on a horse, they feel. Now, what is the message to them? And this is very important.
So Mind Valley helped me a lot at the point where we decided to show our auxiliary expertise. And I got all my auxiliary expertise from the Mind Valley exercise. And that helped me connect, I think, all of my other criteria. Definitely there. And to reach a particular point, you have to grow to that point. You just can't race to it. And going through the first few modules of the program is critical for you to grow to the point where you understand what is expected per criteria and what is expected by the overall USCIS's regulation and statutory requirements. You need to go through everything And then once you have a clear understanding of what you are aiming for, then go in for the documentation aspect of it.
Wonderful. So Shreya, you have become now EB1 achiever. Your American dream is being fulfilled. And what next now coming forward?
Next, now I haven't decided as yet, but continue growing, I guess. When I spoke with you at that time, EB1A was the goal, was the endpoint. But somewhere down the lane, it became very clear that this should be the way of life.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. And in fact, I would like to conclude by saying that, Shreya, you know this very well, and I think most of the people in the program also, your petition has been a perfect manifestation of the entire program, whatever we have taught. The way that you pick up any random video or any random session, and whatever is being taught, I think almost 100% would be there in your petition. I don't think anything that we would have left. You started with a provisional patent, did a full patent. I think you did everything that is possible. I don't think you left till the last day, till the last moment, the day the petition was being filed. You kept on refining your petition.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Congratulations and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shah, for everything.
Oh, my pleasure. Congratulations again.
Thank you.